So where is Bitcoin going over the next few days and weeks? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to show you the key levels I'm watching, as well as a bullish and bearish scenario so you can be prepared for either one just in case. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, the first thing I want to point out is that we do have this potential inverse head and shoulders. Now, the key here is that we don't have a fully formed right shoulder. In other words, we don't know if this is going to be the bottom or not. Could we see Bitcoin move lower? Potentially, into 54,500. That's possible. And the reason for that is because there is a CME gap right down here. So CME gaps don't always fill. However, when you're this close to it, you have to at least, take into account that possibility that instead of moving up, reclaiming this trend line up here at 58, then we could get a move down here toward 54,500 first, and then we get that bounce higher. Now, for me, this is all about reclaiming 58,000. So this trend line up here we need to see a close above this area in order to see Bitcoin travel up here toward 63 to 64,000. That's going to be the measured objective of this pattern. Okay, so the height of this pattern right here, the objective is up around 63 to 64,000. All right, so really reclaim 58, we should see a move higher. Alternatively, as long as we're below 58, there is a chance that we close that gap down around 54,500. All right, so that's the more bullish scenario. Before we go on to, as I said a couple weeks ago, 63,000 is going to be key for Bitcoin here if we do see a move back here, because a lot of people are going to start to compare this price action back here to what we're seeing right now. All right, so it's going to be key as to whether or not we see Bitcoin put in a lower high there or reclaim that, move back towards 70, and then we see a breakout from there. All right, so 63,000 is going to be absolutely critical if we do see Bitcoin get there over the next few weeks. Now, before we move on to the bearish scenario, if you are enjoying this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel below, like the video, and leave your comment. All right, so moving on here, let's talk about a more bearish scenario where if Bitcoin were to lose the $53,000 area. Okay, so this recent low down here, if we saw Bitcoin move below this area, then there is a chance we could see a move down toward 47 to 48. And I'll show you why. If I turn on the VPVR, this essentially measures volume by price. Okay, so the volume you typically get at the bottom of your chart, that shows the volume by time. This is volume by price. So what it means, when you see a big block like this just means that Bitcoin has spent a lot of time in this area in the past, which you can clearly see back here. So it's no surprise to see Bitcoin trading in this area for so long. However, if we were to see a move below 53, and this is a big if, this isn't saying that this will happen, but you do have to at least account for a bearish scenario just in case. So if we saw a move below 53, then the next big block is all the way down here around 47 to 48,000. So that's what I'd be looking at if we do see Bitcoin move below 53,000 over the coming days. Okay, and what I would guess is if we saw something like that, everybody would get bearish down here and think we're going back to 30, and then that's when we see Bitcoin, start to move higher from the 47 to $48,000 area. But for now, guys, as long as we are above the $53,000 level, especially 54,500, then I am going to look for this potential pattern to play out. Now, again, as long as we're below 58, there is a chance we see Bitcoin come down and test 54,500, close that CME gap, and then move higher. But it's all about reclaiming 58 in order to expose the $63,000 area. So once again, everyone, if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to the channel below, click that bell icon, like the video, and leave your comment below. I hope this video has helped you guys. I'll talk to you soon.